Yes. Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Trouble God Extreme, Peter Joseph here for a beautiful Sunday afternoon video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there inside of my pants, otherwise known as the description box below, and subscribe to my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on this channel or my other channels as well. But don't leave stupid comments, please. Do not leave stupid comments because you're going to get blocked. And if you don't like that, then go to your dead channel and do it yourself. Go talk to yourself in your dead channel. Because you ain't going to do it on my channel, and sure as hell you ain't going to do it on anybody else's channel. Because I ain't going to put up with that. Boo, funky. That's bullshit for you dumb people at home. But I digress on that. But leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to, but if you want to, please respect the rules. If not, get out of here. Go fuck yourself. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. If you just miss anything, well, you're pretty much SOL, and I think you all know what that means by now. If you don't know, look it up. That's pretty much it. And for our first-time viewers, if you're just watching me for the first time, you're floating around YouTube, you see me. Hi, how you doing? You see my gorgeous, sexy face, and you're thinking about, what the hell is this guy talking about? With his Metallica shirt on. Well, yeah, Metallica. Well, you can't see it, but Metallica. But anyway, if you see my videos, and you want to subscribe, then please do. And hit hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and all that other good shit I just said like 2 minutes ago. So, if you like it, great, well, too bad. I tried to entertain, and, well, I wasn't entertaining to you, but, go somewhere else. And that's that. And then when you do subscribe to my channel, as we say in the business, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a cold one. Well, I don't have one at the moment, but if I did, it would be in this little glass. Or whatever I'd be drinking out of. But sit back, relax, grab yourself your own cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. Like I said, get out! Go fuck yourselves. And have a nice day. That's that. Alright, speaking of nice days, it was nice, it was sunny here in the Northeast before, nice mid-70s degree day. It's going to be going down most of this week, down to like 55 degrees in mid-May, mind you. But we're coming up on the unofficial start of summer, which is next weekend. Actually, this Friday is the beginning of the unofficial start of summer. Memorial Day weekend. Well, we got about 5 days to go before we hit that. But it is May 18th, 2025. But hopefully where you live is nice, and if not, well, stay inside. And that's pretty much it. But the summer is coming in about a month from now. Officially a month from now. So, we're getting ready for that. The beach is going to be open pretty soon. All the ladies, with their titties popping out, thong bikinis, and it's going to be an amazing time. July 4th weekend is pretty much right around the corner after Memorial Day weekend. Can't wait for that. Summer is going to come, and it's going to be, hopefully, around my neck of the woods, not hot as fuck, like, it's like hell, or anything like that, but, nice 80, 90 degree days, low humidity, and good shit. And that's pretty much it. Alright, but wherever you are living, I hope the weather is fine, and if not, too bad. We move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday, you all. We got the final game of the first round of the Subway Series, Mets Skankies, at the construction site in the Bronx tonight at 7 o'clock. We got David Peterson for the Mets, and who gives a fuck for the Yankees. And we'll see what happens with that. Mets with a big, huge win yesterday, winning 3-2, thanks to Frankie Lindor's sacrifice fly in the ninth, and then Edwin Diaz told Judge to sit out. And all rise, all sit your ass down, you steroid-using bitch. Well, that's that, but final game of the 3-game series tonight on ESPN. Should be a great game. And then the Mets go a little bit north to Boston at Fenway Park to face those Boston Red Sox. And that's going to be good. And we'll see what happens with that. And then I think the Mets come back home this coming weekend for some games, and that's pretty much it. And also tomorrow night, well, Knicks fans, get ready. 7th Avenue is going to be packed again as the Eastern Conference Finals, the New York Knicks take on the Pacers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. See how that goes. And I think on the other side, it's the Oklahoma, oh, god damn it. It's the, oh, god damn it. Yeah, great team. No, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on, hey, the Minnesota Timberwolves, my former team. I used to like back in the day with Kevin Garnett, you know, shit like that. That's going to be good. So, there will be a new world, NBA champion this year. Well, we'll see who gets there. And all that. Hockey is still going on. I think the Dallas Stars are in the Western Conference Finals. I forgot who they're playing. And on the east side, I think it's the Carolina Hurricanes against, I think it's the Panthers who were, they are the Stanley Cup champions, so they're trying to repeat. So, we'll see what happens with that. So, it's finals time in basketball and hockey. And then right after, probably like the first or second week of June, bye-bye, so long, farewell, baseball. No, not baseball, but basketball and hockey. And then we're going to be counting down the days to training camp for football. And then pretty soon we got, in August, we got preseason games. We got the Hall of Fame game. And then September the 4th, the NFL comes back with the 2025 season on Thursday Night Football. Officially for the Niners and the Jets and the Giants, September the 7th. Gonna be some good shit. Niners re-sign Brock Purdy to a big, huge contract. 5 years, $265. Big extension. Love it. So, Niners got their franchise quarterback for the next 5 years. Kittle's about to sign, maybe this coming up soon. He's in line for an extension. I think he will sign. Well, he did sign an extension, I believe. I'll have to check that, but Niners look pretty solid with their newbies, the rookies coming in. Couple of free agents they signed. Easy as fuck schedule, even though the first 3 weeks are not so easy. You know, they got the Seahawks in Seattle, week 1. Then they fly over to New Orleans to face the Saints. Then they got their, then week 3 is their home opener against Arizona. And then week 5 is their first primetime game, I think, against the Falcons. That's Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. I get it for free. Ha! So, eat that. But we got that. And the Giants and Jets, who cares who they play. But yeah, football's coming up pretty soon as we get into the fall. Well, the late summer into the fall. And then we'll be counting down those days to Super Bowl 60, or LX for you people that love Roman numerals. And that's in San Francisco. And how fitting would it be for the Niners to play in the Super Bowl if they get there? Well, we don't know yet. The games haven't started yet, so we don't know. But Mets are doing pretty good. First place by about a game and a half, 1.5, 2.5 games. Yankees pretty much up by like 4 or 5 games. It's early for now. But pretty soon it'll be the All-Star break in July. But we'll see what happens as the Mets and Yankees finish off this month and go into June. And then we'll see what the first half looks like for the Mets and Yankees. Maybe both teams will be on the road to the playoffs. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows in a wacky world of sports? And that's that. Alright, enough about that. Speaking of sports, we're going to get to another sport, a great sport, and it is a sport, and that is the world of professional wrestling. Because wrestling is a sport. You don't believe it? Look it up. I did a video about it, too. Me and the missus did a video, actually, together. You don't see her, but you hear her voice and her shit. But in any case, we did a video on my old TEC Reborn channel. I think it's episode number 193. Of that channel. So if you go to search, go TGC Reborn. I think it's that one, I think it's that one. I gotta look up. I know it's TGC 193 before I changed it to Shadow Slayer 1.0, and that's 2.0, of course. But go to that channel. I think it's episode, like I said, episode 193, is wrestling a sport. I don't know if you can look it up on YouTube in the search field, but if maybe you can, maybe you can't. But if it does show up, then you see my sexy face, then yeah, you see me. There you go. And I give analysis. I give proof, receipts, motherfuckers. Because some of you can't show receipts at all with actual proof. So, because everybody thinks they're a fucking detective, they're not. It is what it is. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. But let's get to wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. It is time! After 11, almost 12 minutes of spiel, but you love it, and you want more of it. Right here on the Kill Demons channel, I'm Peter Joseph, your wacky host. I am a content creator to talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling or anything else. And if you like it, like I said, great, fuck off, get out of here. That's it. Alright. Let me get this done because I do have to run out to do some errands. So, let me move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Collision Review for last night, May the 17th, 2025, on that great station, great my ass, on that so-called great station of TNT. Alright, last night, whoa boy, we have to talk about this. Not the show per se, but what happened 90 minutes into the show. Alright, we'll talk about that, what happened at the hour and a half mark. And right now, Tony Khan has humongous egg on his face right now. He is embarrassed. The company is so fucked up right now. TNT looks like fucking shit. WBD, really embarrassing. Fuckers. But we get that. Alright, it's night 2 of Beach Break, and once again, we're emanating from the Now Arena. Not then, but now. We're at now. Everything's happening now is happening right now. What happened to then? Well, we missed it. That's what happens when you watch Spaceballs. Ha! Now! Everybody got that? Okay. Alright, so we're at the Now Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, outside of Chicago! Alright. And as always, on Saturday nights, our commentary team of the legend Tony Baloney Schiavone, or Tony Schiavone for you people that love Jericho, and the man from England, the great man from England. There's not that many people that are great from England, but he is one of them, and he is Nigel McGuinness, me love. Alright, really the big main event match that was supposed to be shown on the show was the big match between the Sons of Texas, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, that's Dustin Rhodes and the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, taking on the crew of Action Andretti and Leo Rush. The winner gets a future tag team title AEW tag team title shot against the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. That will happen at Double or Nothing, coming up next Sunday. So, we got all that. But we'll talk about that and a little bit more that wasn't shown later. Alright, but what we did see for the first 90 minutes, let's talk about that. Alright, so we start off with the ladies. Oh, yes, the ladies. Alright, so we got the Mega Sis. Megan Bayne, along with another hottie, Penelope Ford. She takes on Anna Jay, who has a fat ass and a bad attitude. She comes out with Holly Cameron, and they go at it for about 7.5 minutes. Match was meh, like this. Anyway, starts with Megan wasting no time, driving Anna into the corner with some shoulder blocks, say that 5 times fast, to the ribs, and a big boot to face puts Anna on the floor, and then a hard whip into the barricade. Ow! Has Anna in a lot of trouble as Megan drops her back first on the apron. Oh, Jack Perry, you better do some chiropractor work, some massages. If not, Anna Jay, you better, They get back in, and a 1923 bear hug, that's something you don't see every day, sets up a throw to keep Anna in trouble, but then Megan goes for a backsplash and missed. No water in the pool for you, Missy. And then Anna starts her comeback, hits a big flippy doo to take out Megan and Penelope Ford on the floor. Megan comes right back up, gets right back with a Falcon Arrow. She did the deed. Not that deed, you sick fox. She hits the Falcon Arrow, then goes for face descent and gets countered into a DDT. And then Anna grabs the a sleeper, not the Queen Slayer, the regular 1924 sleeper. And then Megan gets out of that, driving Anna into the corner. Penelope then grabs a turnbuckle pad. And then Hardy is like, Holly! It's like, no, no, no! And then they have a cat fight! Cat fight! All the way to the back. So they're done. And then while that's going on, Anna locks in the Queen Slayer. But then Megan rams her into the exposed turnbuckle. Ow! And how the referee does not see that, I don't know. Alright, so she rams her into the exposed turnbuckle. Then like a weird-looking power bomb. Like she picked her up, turned around, dropped her on her hip. Ow. And then she picks her up again, hits face descent. 1, 2, 3, the Megasus gets the win once again. What are you gonna do? That's that. Alright, match was meh, like I said, 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on Collision. And what are you doing on my TV, woman? So, there's a commercial that has Rosa on it. That's not Rosa, but it looks like her. It's an Omega XL commercial. I'm not gonna show it because I'm not gonna get copyrighted. But if you've seen that commercial with John Walsh talking about Omega XL, and sometimes they have other people, but there's a chick that looks like Rosa. I am not kidding about that. I can't show it because it's copyrighted. So, I mean, it looks just like her. A little bit older version of, the missus, but I mean, imagine if it was. You think I'd be here? No. I'm living in a beach house right now in a mansion or some shit, making all that money off the royalties off Omega XL and shit. It happens. Alright, moving on. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then we run down the card, and we get all that. And then we go to the commentary table, and Nigel McGuinness, me love, talks about what happened on Wednesday night, where him and Danny Garcia, Stokely Hathaway put the challenge out to Nigel and Danny Garcia to fight FTR. Fuck the Revival, by the way. Cash got a clock! Wheeler and Dax the Axe Hollywood at Double or Nothing. And then Nigel's like, well, I don't know, we'll see. So Nigel talks to Tony. He's like, Tony, I'm a great man, I'm a great wrestler and all that shit. So Nigel's getting back in the ring, and he agrees to team up with Danny Garcia and tells Danny, he's like, you better be ready for a fight, Danny, at Double or Nothing. So they're going to team up for the first time. Can they coexist? I don't know. Taking on a great team like FTR, and we'll see what happens with that. I have a feeling Stokely Hathaway is going to get involved in that, and I think FTR might win that match. it'll be great to see Nigel again, because we haven't seen him fight since, when was the last time he fought? I think it was Final Battle, when he fought, the Pure Champion. He's still the Pure Champion, by the way. Lee Moriarty. He had him beat, he won, and then the match restarted. And then Lee Moriarty won the match to keep the title. He still has it, which is impossible. Like, it proves my point that Ring of Honor is shit. It is, I'm sorry. I love Ring of Honor. I've always have from the golden years, from 2006 all the way up to 2019. I mean, the Tony Khan years have been, pay-per-view wise, good, but television wise, bad. Bad. I mean, you have champions that have held the title for almost 3 years with Athena. Lee Moriarty has asked to have that belt for over a year now. And the only belt that's changed lately is the freaking TV title. Which, what's that belt now? Shit. Nick fucking Wayne won that. It's the only title that's changed lately. Everything else is pretty much the same. Women's TV title, still with Red Velvet from Your Mama's Kitchen. Dustin Rhodes and Spanish God Sammy Guevara still the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Dustin's still 1/3 of the 6-man Tag Team Champions with Marshall and Ross Von Erich, the Von Erichs, of course. And Lee Moriarty's still the Pure Champion. And they're adding another title, which is the Women's Pure title, which is gonna be they're having a tournament. I don't know when the tournament starts, but the winner of that is going to happen at, I believe, Supercard of Honor 19 in July. July 11th, we're getting a new champion. Why? Why, Tony Khan? Why? Why are we getting another title that's going to be given to somebody and hardly defended? We'll be waiting like, oh, Final Battle, the Women's Pure title on the line. Oh, finally! 6-man Tag Team titles on the line, finally! I mean, seriously, when are we gonna get some actual titles on the line besides at Supercard? Are we gonna get any more at Death Before Dishonor in September? I'm sorry, guys. As much as I love Ring of Honor, it needs to close down. And I know a lot of the wrestlers that work there, I think you better find some other means to get some money. Go on the indie circuit. I mean, there's a lot of great indie feds around the nation. I mean, just in Canada too, in Puerto Rico, everywhere. You know, gonna make some extra money, because you're not getting on TV much on Ring of Honor TV. Even if you're a champion. I'm sorry. And the storylines are just, ugh. When was the last time fucking Lee Moriarty defended the Pure title? Since, I think, I could be wrong on this, but probably am wrong. I think he hasn't defended that Pure title since Final Battle. How? Why? Nick Wayne's going over to Japan to do the Super J tournament. Probably doing pretty good. I haven't looked at the results yet because I haven't watched most of it. But I've heard that he's had some bangers in Japan. Speaking of bangers, his mom. Ha! Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. I bet Christian is taking good care of Nick Wayne's mom while Nick Wayne's in Japan. Fucker. Should be me. But I digress. Alright, we got that. Alright, so Nigel teaming up with Danny Garcia to take on FTR Double Nothing, and we'll see what happens with that. Alright. Then we have Don Callis, that great man that he is, on commentary for Kyle Fletcher, the Proto-Star, taking on 8R Fox. It was Not bad. This match wasn't that bad, but we get that. It's also with Fletcher running AR Fox over, stomps away in the corner, and then AR Fox does his best Danielson impression. Sweep the leg, Danielson. Sweep the leg. And then another leg lariat knocks Fletcher down, and then he gets a little bit bouncy with a very swing body sit-out bulldog. Interesting. They drop Fletcher again to get back up. Fletcher grabs a swinging side effect. As we go to break, we come right back. AR Fox comes back, grabs a rolling Gilmore Cutter. Bam! Stop using my moves. And drop kicks him on top. Then another Gilly Cutter. Stop. Gets a near fall. Fletcher comes right back with a half and half suplex. And then AR Fox comes right back. Sends Kyle to the apron for a flipping stomp. Followed by a big flippy doo-doo-doo on the outside to get back in. And a Michinoku driver gives Kyle a near fall. But then AR Fox tries for a small package and gets a near fall out of that. And then Fletcher gets right back up, hits a brain buster for the pin. 1, 2, 3 in just under 9.5 minutes. Pretty good match. 3 out of 5 stars. And there we go. We move on. And Don Callis is happy. We move on. Alright, then we get a video for the men's Owen Hart finals. That's the Hangman Adam Page about to do some cowboy shit. He takes on Will Ospreay. Reach for the sky. Whoa! Oh, bang! Oh, that's going to be a banger next Sunday night. And the winner of that faces probably Jon Moxley at All In July the 12th. So we got that. Alright, moving on. What's next? Alright. Don Callis still on commentary for a 6-man tag team match. As we got the Beast, Brody King. Who? Oh, the Hounds of Hell. There's not that many hounds, really, because Brody King is still fighting there. Julia Hart's going to be taking on Mina. My girl Mina Shirakawa on Dynamite this Wednesday night. Well, Buddy Murphy is, he's hanging out with, Mommy Rhea Ripley, about to, put his baby liquid inside of, Mommy Rhea Ripley's, because they're thinking about starting a family. That's nice. They are married, so why not? And if not, Buddy Murphy, you better pull out a 2. But I digress. Alright, so we have Brody King, Tomohiro Ishii, not Ishii, it's Ishii. I forgot what belt he has in Japan. Not the never openweight title. I think they never, shoot. He has a title. He had a title around his waist. I don't know what title it was. But in any case, so they team up with the Ring of Honor World Champion, Bandito, as they take on Lance Archer, Everybody Dies, and the new RPG Vice of Trent and Rocky Romero. Alright, match was meh. It's also with Ishii fighting off Trent and Rocky Romero to start. Hands it off to Brody King for a big-time beef slug out with Lance Archer. He wins that, kicks Archer out to the floor, where Trent Beretta knees Brody King in the chest. Ouch. And then pretty much everything breaks down. All 6 men are going crazy. And go to break, come back. Ishii hits a German suplex on Rocky Romero, they say, for a near fall, but gets kicked right in the face, ouch, by Lance Archer, who hits then hands it off to Trent Beretta, who hits a choke slam for a near fall, but then Brody King comes back in off the hot tag for the clean house. He says, Rocky Romero into the corner, and then the entire team hits a series of running shots in the corners, and then, Brody King hits the cannonball on Rocky Romero to pick up the win in under 7 minutes. Match was meh, so I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, the Don Callis family are a little bit pissed off. Why not? They start a big old beat down, and then the Outrunners shoot Magnum and Turbo Floyd. Still follow me on Twitter. And Instagram, too. Thank you. They come out for the save. So maybe we get a 10-man tag out of this. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But great to see the Outrunners. And we move on. Another great team we see. Just 1 second. Gotta sneeze. My allergies are acting up. I just blew out your eardrums. Thank you. Alright, another team. We see Lexi Nair in the back with the Paragon. And we have the TNT champion, the great man that is, Chugs, otherwise known as Adam Cole! Baby! Hey, why aren't you on Twitch? I know you're on Friday, playing Doom Dark Ages. Very good game. I don't have the game, but I've seen the gameplay. Woo! Because I don't have the new Xbox, but I don't play a lot of Xbox games. I do have an Xbox, but I think it's the I think I have an Xbox 360. I think or Xbox One. I think it's Xbox 360. I don't really play it much. I mean, Rosa plays a lot. She plays Halo. Beats my ass at it. Fuck. I want to play Halo. I'm like, all right, fine. You want to play campaign, or we want to play one-on-one, multiplayer? What do you want to do? So we play campaign, and she shoots me in the ass. I'm like, come on. Why are you shooting me? I'm trying to help you. Want to be my teammate, you fucker. But I'm more of a Final Fantasy guy, so. And, Resident Evil and all those great games. Good shit. Black Myth Wukong. Woo! I'm on my 3rd playthrough of that. I'm trying to get the platinum trophies. It's hard as fuck to get those. Third try. I'm on my 3rd try now, trying to get some of the platinum ones. I got 2 of them. There's a lot that you have to get to platinum. Oy. I got a couple of platinum trophies in the new Assassin's Creed. Good shit. Alright, moving on. Alright, so Adam Cole, baby, he's there with Roddy, Roger Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. Auto Parts. Alright, so they're there. They're talking about, Lexi's talking to Adam Cole about, everybody wants to come for your title. I was like, I love it, But it hasn't defended it yet, I don't think he has defended it since he won it from Danny Garcia. Hey, I gotta look at that, but anyway, they're talking, blah, 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 and then the grizzled young veterans who came in last week, they still accuse them, Kyle and Roddy, of being soft. So, they challenge, I thought this match was supposed to happen this week, but we're getting it next week on the program. So it's Roddy and Kyle taking on the grizzled young veterans, Drake and Gibson. And basically, they want Adam Cole on commentary. So why not? More Adam Cole on commentary. Okay. He hasn't fought in a while, so he's just been doing Twitch lately. You're like, oh, I'm just going to show up and be Adam Cole, baby. Okay. And basically, Adam Cole says, well, the pressure ain't on us, it's on you. Because they haven't been seen in God knows how long, too, so. So it should be a great match, maybe a banger, we'll see. Alright, so I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we go to Speedball. Mike Bailey taking on Blake Christian with his good buddy Lee Johnson at ringside. Match was, I thought it would be great because of Blake Christian, former GCW World Champ. I mean, come on. Anyway, I saw with Mike Bailey starting Fast and Furious, fires off some of those lethal kicks, and then Blake pulls him face first into the turnbuckle. Ow! And then some 450 knees to the ribs gives Blake a near fall. Then they get right back up for a slugfest, shots to face. Obviously, Speedball wins that. Blake Christian gets super kicked out of mid-air. Then it's time for some chop fest. And that just wakes up Speedball Mike Bailey, and he has a clean kick. Danielson, Clean! Use the clean! It worked for me once. Did I crane crap? That's also a triangle moonsault to the floor a la certain guy named Ibushi. That was pretty nice. Lee Johnson then distracts Speedball, which lets Blake get in his own flippy dippy do. Then he tries for a 450 and miss. No water in the pool for you, sir. And then he gets taken out with a super Hurricane Rana. Then the tornado kick. What is this, Double Dragon 3? Remember that shit? Playing Double Dragon 3 using the Cyclone kick was like, oh. It was hard to do at first, but then people got it. That was probably the greatest upgrade in that game, using the Cyclone kick on the bosses and shit. And any point in the game, really. With the bosses, it took like a lot of Cyclone kicks to beat the boss. It was just annoying. But anyway, so he hits the tornado kick. 1, 2, 3. He beats Blake Christian in about a little over 5 minutes. Nothing great. So match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, we hear from Speedball Mike Bailey. So he's like, I love you, Chicago! And then he's like, oh, Okada, get out here. I want a Continental Breakfast of Champions title match. So on cue, Okada comes out and then says, you must prove it, bitch. And then Jadistico and Bruce of LFI, they come out and jump Speedball Mike Bailey from behind. And then they're pointing at, they're pointing at Okada for some odd reason. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So it was announced later on that Speedball Mike Bailey will get his Continental Breakfast of Champions title shot at Double or Nothing. Not gonna win, probably, but just something for him to do, because he's probably gonna be in Anarchy in the Arena with Okada, most likely. I don't know about that, but they're gonna do some cameos, like with Hook and Shibata might be in there. William Yuta might be in it. It's gonna be crazy as fuck, that match. But we'll see what happens with that. Then we move on. Alright, then we get a video on the feud between Big Cass and the Bad Apple Brian Keith, and the Gates of Agony Bishop Quan. I know not Quan. Oh, the Gates of Agony and Toa Leona. Toa Leona, excuse me. They're gonna have a Chicago street fight coming up. But before we get to that, we're gonna look at Jon Moxley somehow retaining the AEW World Title inside of a solid steel cage this past Wednesday night against Samoa Joe, thanks to Gabe Kidd, who's now in the Anarchy in the Arena match. And then he cuts a promo, basically saying, we'll go all over the arena, we'll bleed like buckets of blood, we'll do this and that. So it's basically a setup for Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing, and then we hear Gabe Kidd says, abandon all hope. For a guy that doesn't like AEW, right? Well, go figure. It's just like Tony Khan just like has all these guys and like, puts them on a piece of paper, puts it in some water and puts it in his mouth, spits it at the wall and see what sticks. Because Blood and Guts is coming up too, probably in July. Let's have these guys face these guys in Anarchy in the Arena, but we're gonna do it again in July in Blood and Guts. Great. AEW needs to be creative. I mean, what is wrong with wrestling promotions not being creative about being creative? WWE does that. In some ways, TNA does that. You don't see that shit in Japan. Ring of Honor has no creative either. I mean, I'm sorry. I have more creative ideas in my brain than, not even my brain, my dick, than Tony Khan and, Hunter and Shawn Michaels have in their, in their tiny little fucking brains. Fuck that shit. But it is what it is. Anyway, we move on with that. Alright, so then we go to the Chicago street fight. It was barbaric. Weapons were used. We got a barbed wire bat. I think Toa Liona brought a big, huge barbed wire bat down to the ring. Tables were used. It was crazy as shit. Crazy as shit as the man, you, Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy. Look at that. Alright, so Toa Liona hits a splash inside after Big Cass knocked the barbed wire bat away from him. And then Toa Liona is back up with a spear, sending Brian Keith through the table that was set up in the ring, even though it wasn't like full on, it was like on the bottom part. Ow. Grabs a kendo stick, and that gets broken over Toa Leona's head. And you know, he's Samoan! And Big Cass realizes, oh, that might be an issue. Yeah. So he keeps doing it again. Moron. So they slug it out. Toa Liona is sent to the apron with Bishop Kwan wraps, I don't know, wrapped himself in barbed wire? Ugh. So they crash into the barricade as we go to break. We come back. Toa Liona hits a banzai from Yokozuna onto a trash can with Brian Keith inside for a near fall. Ow! Big Cass had to make the save. And then Big Cass rips out a backpack, finds some bricks. He tries to hit, I think it was Toa Liona in the head with the brick. And Toa Liona moved, and Big Cass like, I'll break it anyway. Okay. Excuse me. And then a trash can lid to the head just pisses off Toa Liona even more. He takes it away, charges into another kick to the head. That ain't gonna work. And then Toa Liona knocks him over the barricade, Brian Keith over the barricade, and Big Cass is knocked over the announcer's table. Look out there, Tony Schiavone. Brian Keith gets back up, little rake of the eyes, get out of Toa Leona's fireman's carry, which allows Big Cass to kick Toa Liona through some tables at ringside. Double tables, by the way. And then a piece of what looks like drywall gets broken over Bishop Kwan's head. He's not Samoan, by the way. And then Big Cass hits the choke slam. 1, 2, 3. They get the win in this barbaric fucking street fight. It lasted almost 14 minutes, but it was great. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And if Chris Jericho's watching, I think he'd be pretty impressed. But he's on tour with Fozzy right now, or I don't know what he's doing. We move on. Alright, then we get a nice video from my fourth amazingly hot Asian wife, Mina! Mina Shirakawa is all ready to face Toni Storm once again, this time for the AEW World title at Double or Nothing. But before she gets to that, she has a match with Julia Hart on Dynamite with Toni Storm on commentary. So Mina says, Tony, you may be timeless, but I am now! Yeah. I'd like to get some of that now. You know what I mean? Shut up. Rose like, give me some now. I know, we gotta go out soon. Anyway. Moving on. So I gave that promo 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get the tribute to Steve Mongo McMichael. We have his wife, who's his wife's name? Deborah? Or Melanie? I forgot. His wife, who's pretty damn nice. She's a nice lady. She comes out, talks to Tony Schiavone about how great it is to be here. Then we see Dean Malenko, who really doesn't say much, because, you know, he's there. Great to see, you know, Dino Machino, as Jericho would say, Dino Machino. Anyway, so Schiavone talks about Mongo's wrestling career and his foundation to help fight Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. And then he brings out the Nature Boy! Woo! Ric Flair, who comes out very slow. He's old. He puts over Mongo, who said he's fought this the disease for 6 years. You know, he was, they mentioned him being former United States champion in WCW, was a commentator, played for the Bears, world champion Bears, I should say. And that was it. I mean, a good tribute, it could have been better, but not a bad tribute for the man, Steve Mongo McMichael. That's it. Alright, so after that, we go to commercial, and I'm thinking, alright, we're gonna get another match coming out of commercial. But then it goes into Black Adam. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's going on? Is this a trailer for a movie? I thought it was still a commercial. But it keeps going and going and going and going. And I'm like, what's going on here? I thought my TV was going berserk. And everybody that's watching it was going, what the hell is going on? You know, people on Twitter are like, what happened? And like 5 to 10 minutes later, we get on the bottom of the screen, we are having technical issues with our transmission at the studio. Really? So the broadcast ends, and then it tells then it says go to AllEliteWrestling.com for updates. And then Tony Khan had to play fucking damage control on Twitter. It's like, oh, go to TNT West to watch the rest of the show in its entirety. And people who watch it on the West Coast, they had problems. Even the people on on Max who were watching on Max, they had the same problem. And then Tony Khan's like, we had problems at the station, transmission shit. This is bad. So he taped the show! This was taped on Thursday! How do you have transmission problems on Saturday? Unless it was weather related, I would be okay with that. But if not, this is a big, huge problem for you, Tony Khan. Because Ring of Honor is fucking taped. But that's on Access, it's on Honor Club. There's rarely any problems with Honor Club. But you're taping Collision on a Wednesday or Thursday night, because you don't do live shows that much, thanks to Hunter. But this is a big this is a big win for WWE right now. Hunter and company are like, ha 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 ha! Tony Khan, you are a dumb fuck. And it hurts the wrestlers, it hurts AEW in a major way. I can't wait till the ratings come out for this shit. Fucking 200,000 views, probably. How can you show 90 minutes of a 2-hour show and it gets cut off by The Rock? I guess The Rock's like, The Rock says, no more Collision. But it is what it is. But if you read the spoilers like I did, I'll tell you what happened. Tony Khan did say we'll try to get the rest of the show up on Max. Like that's gonna work. What I would do is just show it on TNT on another date, or do something this week on Collision and say, hey, this happened. So now we know who's facing the Hurt Syndicate at Double or Nothing for the tag team belts. We don't know because we didn't see it. Idiots. Alright, we get that. Alright, we move on. Alright, then what we did see, and I will tell you what happened. So the next match was the number one contenders match for the AEW tag team belts. So we had the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, taking on Action Andretti and Leo Rush of the Crew. Match was alright, went 11 minutes. I'm not going to go through everything. Dustin hits his Canadian Destroyer. Action Andretti then super kicks Dustin, but then gets caught with the Go to Hell by Sammy Guevara. 1, 2, 3, the Sons of Texas get the win, and they will face Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin for the AEW Tag Team belts. Not going to be unifying, I don't know, but if they win, maybe a unification, but... Or they just hold 4 belts. Well, with Dustin hold 5 belts. Crazy. Alright, match was alright, 3 out of 5 stars, but whatever. We get that. Alright, then we go to the back. Chris Statlander and Widow Nightingale argue again. I guess that friendship is pretty much over. I want to help you. Fuck you! I don't need you anymore! You fuck my man! No. Whatever. Alright, so we got that. We move on. Alright, then we get a look at what's coming up on Dynamite. Like I said, Mina versus Julia Hart with Tony Storm on commentary and a whole lot more this Wednesday night on the program. Then a Double or Nothing rundown. I think it's like 50 matches. More to come this week, obviously, because it's the go-home week. No Collision this week, actually. I didn't say next week on Collision, but I don't think there's a Collision. I have to. Because it's not on. I would assume it'd be on Saturday, going head-to-head with Saturday's main event. But as far as I know on my DVR, I don't see it. Let me check again. It's going to be on a different night. No, I don't see it. Not even on. So, check your local listings if Collision is on this week. It might be on Thursday. It might be on Saturday. Who knows? Who knows? That's that. Alright, then we go to our main event, which was not seen, obviously. Powerhouse Will Hobbs taking on William Utah. I don't know why this was a main event, but okay. So this match lasted under 12 minutes. William Utah's top rope splash gets a near fall. Hobbs comes right back with a power slam and some big-time lariatos and a spine buster. Finish off that twerp. William Utah, 1, 2, 3. Hobbs gets the win. Match was actually decent from, what I heard, but it is what it is. 3 out of 5 stars for that. And then after the match, Marina Shafir comes in, goes after Hobbs' bad knee, which we all know about that. And then Willow Nightingale comes in for the save, and William Utah and Marina bail, and then Chris Statlander's watching from the entranceway to end the show. So, I don't know, Chris Statlander might get involved in Anarchy in the Arena, maybe join up with the Death Riders. I don't know what's going on with her. So, we'll have to see what happens with that. But, like I said, that was the 2 matches we did not see on TV. I thought it was ridiculous not to do those matches on TV. TNT, WBD, and AEW look like shit right now. So I'm just going to base my rating off of the first half hour, first hour and a half, I should say. So I'm going to give it 6.25 out of 5 stars, but overall, if I had to do it overall, I give Collision a dud because of the technical problems. But Tony Khan, you need to do better. I'm sorry. This is a big, huge... This might be the death knell to AEW right now. I'm sorry. This might be the end of AEW at this rate. Talent are unhappy about this. They're unhappy about, freaking taping a show on a Thursday and we don't even see it. Fans are mad. They're revolting against AEW. The WWE marks like, AEW fucked up, the biggest one of them all. JD going berserk, talking out of his fucking vagina as always. Because he's a WWE shill for life. Fuck him. And fuck your Braves too. But in a way he's right, because Tony Khan has big, humongous egg on his face right now, and the company looks stupid right now. You can't. I wish they could go live every week, but they can't. Because of Hunter. That's the price you pay for going on Saturday nights. They should just go live Thursday nights. But then, you gotta play in with baseball and hockey and basketball on TNT and TBS. Well, not so much on TBS later on in October, but it's a lose-lose situation for Tony Khan with Collision right now. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright guys, I really have to get out of here right now. So, thanks for watching everybody. And until next time, once again, 6.25 out of 10 stars for Collision. This horrible Collision that it was. And that's all I gotta say about that. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Tony Khan, do better. Peace.